Hello everyone, I'm Joel Whitaker and I'll be doing a presentation on the 7 dimensions of health today. So the objectives of this are to inform you and give you examples of the 7 dimensions of health in my life. And then next I'll go on to how I'm going to apply personal strategies to better improve my 7 dimensions of health. Then finally we're going to go through a breakdown of the dimensions of health around Wilkes-Barre. So we're going to start with physical, the first dimension of health, and that is the physical wellness encompasses a variety of healthy behaviors, including adequate exercise, proper nutrition, abstaining from harmful habits such as drug use and alcohol abuse. So, how I apply it in my life. I work out 5 days a week, and four of those days are lifting days, and one of those is a cardio day. From there, I work out in the morning, and then I go to the calf and have a good breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day. There's nothing better than waking up, getting a workout in, and heading over to the calf and getting that good breakfast. Dad makes amazing omelets, and you can't stop coming back to it. And it really just sets the tone for the rest of the day. So the next one is I get to continue to learn about health, and I didn't consider it much when I first came here, but as an exercise science major, it really opened my eyes to the health issues that are going wrong in the world. So how will I improve this? Well, I want to monitor my eating. Like I said, I have a good breakfast in the morning, but after that, the rest of the day is up in the air. And I just like to write down what I'm eating and just keep track and try to improve each and every day. So from physical, we're going to turn over to emotional, and that is the ability to feel and express human emotions such as happiness, sadness, and anger. It means having the ability to love and to be loved and achieving a sense of fulfillment in life. So how I apply that into my life. I like to spend time with my friends. It really lets me hang loose and have fun whenever I'm feeling down or at any point. It's always good to have. And there, I like to give time to myself as well. It really helps me decompress, and if I'm stressed out, a long day, it's always nice to come back and just relax. So I also have a big family, so I like to talk to them often, and I have little siblings, so it's always nice to get on FaceTime and see them. I'm pretty funny, and it really helps me out emotionally to just engage with my family, like my grandparents. I love talking to them. I always have good things to say. So how will I improve this? Well, sometimes I have a hard time getting my feelings across, so it's good for me to write them down. So if I'm not even going to talk about them at the moment, I can talk about them at a different time, but I won't forget it and always have it there. So intellectual is the next one, and the intellectual dimension encourages creative, stimulating mental activities. People who possess a high level of intellectual awareness have an active mind and continue to learn. So how I did this, I furthered my education. I came to King's College, and that's why I'm here talking to you. And that's going to open better jobs and opportunities for me in my future. And next, I participate in the Hawk program, and that's really helped me get out of my comfort zone. And if I pursue a career in the health profession, it's really going to set me up for skills that I need to perform. And finally, the Sardinia trip is going to be a new experience for me. I've never been out of the country, and I feel like it's going to be really valuable, and I have a lot to gain out of it. So how will I improve? I want to keep track of my study hours and have a set goal for each week, and I think that'll help me keep on track and uh, improve my classes and everything. So the next one is spiritual health, and spiritual wellness involves possessing a set of guiding beliefs, principles, or values that help give direction to one's life. So the way I apply this to my life is I like to listen to music, and it helps me get away from my problems for a bit. It helps me relax. No one else can bother you when you got headphones in, but it's good not to do that too much too. And the next thing I like to do is just enjoy the little things. Like I'm up early, get to see the sunrise. Like it's a beautiful thing, and really makes you appreciate things. And I also enjoy the fresh air. Nothing like the cold, crisp air in the morning. Feels good. Feels good in the lungs and everything. And a way I could improve this is I want to do yoga once a week, and I feel like that could improve me mentally and physically. Um, I have a lot of pain throughout my body, get a lot of wear and tear, and I think that would really help me improve getting through that. All right. So next is the social, and social wellness refers to our ability to interact successfully in our global community and to give up the expectation and live up to the expectations and demands of our personal life. So one thing I do or I have is my team, and I've been with them 3 years now, and we've all came together, and it's like a brotherhood. Everyone has each other's backs, so that's always nice to have. And from there, just enjoyed time with my friends. I think I've said this before, but we this weekend there was that big boxing match between Wilder and Fury, and we all got together and we watched that, and it's just nice to come together, have fun. And the last thing for social is I like to just be kind to everyone, even just a little smile here and there. But you never know what someone's going through, or you never know when you're going to make a friend or you're going to meet a person that's going to be in your life for a while. So it's just always nice to be kind to everyone. And you like to be treated, or you want to treat people the way you want to be treated, so kind of think of it like that. So one way I could improve my social health is, I think, attending at least one King's College sporting event a week. You know, I think that could help me out a lot because there's a lot of people that go to the games, and it's just good to get out there, be with your friends, and get to watch something that you enjoy. So next, we're going to do the occupational/vocational wellness, and that involves preparing and making use of your gifts, skills, and talents in order to gain purpose, happiness, and enrichment in your life. So, how I try to apply this to my life, excuse me. Um, well, I'm on a football team, as you probably know, and so that takes up a lot of my time, and I consider that at least a part-time job. We got lifting, film, practice, the whole ordeal. So that takes up a lot of time. And also, I mean, we're all going to school, so we're all full-time students, and we know how much work is required, so I consider that a job at this point in my life. And I also do work study, and that helps me balance my time and gain valuable experience. So I think that's very helpful in my life right now. So how will I improve this? And I think just keep working hard like I am, but I want to keep track of the hours that I put in, like add up football, add up the work study I do, and add up all the school hours, and just see, like, at the end of the week what it all comes out to. And I think that would be, like, very satisfying to see, and could motivate me to do even more if it's not what I like. Alright, so finally, we're going to get into the environmental, and this is the seventh and final health dimension. And environmental wellness is an awareness of the unstable state of the earth and the effects of our daily habits on the physical environment. So, how I apply this to myself We recycle at my house, and we do it every week. We usually have enough cans on, or so on. And then I like to reuse my water bottles. Like we got these water fountains around school that allow us to just go right up and fill an empty water bottle, and I think that's very valuable to us. Um, I also like to pick up random trash when I see it every time I can. I mean, not every time I'm going to do it, but I try to do it as often as I can because every little bit counts. And the last thing I'd say about this, I just try to always enjoy the earth, like the beauty of it, and I do this by like every time I go home, I drive up through Williamsport, up US 15 North, and I just enjoy the mountain view. It's just awesome to see, and I didn't really appreciate it until I got to college and was away from home for so long, so I enjoy that now. Alright, so finally we're going to break into the Wilkes-Barre dimensions of health, and the first one I'm going to touch on is the physical aspect, and to me it just seems like Wilkes-Barre's got some unhealthy individuals walking around. I mean, you can see it when you're walking to class. You can see it when you're driving through the city. There's just unhealthy individuals around, and that's due to the dieting around and the lack of exercise, and I'd say just like a lack of happiness in the city. And we see it in Hawk too. We get unhealthy individuals there that struggle with daily living and everything. So the next one is the emotional, which I touched on a little bit, but honestly, it seems like it's always raining, and I know it's the season right now. All year round, it seems like it's like that, but I think that does play a factor in just the way you see the people conduct themselves around the city. So, next part is intellectual, and not many people continue their education after high school. I did some research, and it said 15% of bachelors, or 15% of people have a bachelor's degree or higher, and that's not a very high amount. And I know it's difficult to go to college and everything, but I'd like to see that number go up for sure. So next we have the spiritual aspect, and I don't see people with much spirit around here. People seem just not to have a higher purpose. Just go about their day, but just go home, and there's really nothing else after that. And social, the the only town activities we ever have is literally around St. Patty's Day, I think, and they have a parade and everything, which is nice, but I just don't think it happens often enough. And I live right in town, off campus, and just people aren't that nice to each other. You hear yelling and screaming all the time. There's always sirens going up and down the street, so it's just concerning sometimes. Next is occupational, and it's not a very high income area, and I think that has to do with the jobs, and I think the city's getting old, and you can see that it's run down, but people are just stuck in that 9 to 5 routine. But like walking to COTS on the Hawk program, you see the people roll out of the building across the street at 5 every day and just walk to their cars. It just seems the same over and over. Not a lot of. I feel like people don't get much out of their jobs here. Um, environmental, uh, trash is everywhere. You see it on the sidewalk, right next to the road. It's just dirty sometimes, and I think we could all come together, and one of those service projects I was talking about could definitely go down in Wilkes-Barre. Like I said, the city is old, and a lot of the towns, maybe not by Kings, but around the area, are definitely run down. And the river, it's pretty polluted. I heard you're not supposed to eat more than one fish from the Susquehanna River, so if that tells you anything. All right, well, that concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening. Have a good night. So, how will I improve my environmental thing? Um, I'd like to volunteer at least 3 months out of the year, and I think that'd give me valuable experience and humble me a little bit. And from from that, it's just gonna help our community more. No matter if it's in Wilkes-Barre or wherever you want to do it, everything helps.